Hello YouTube, we're making a imitation or whatever, kind of like an X-Acto knife. That's what we're going to use this handle for. Got some electrical tape under to tighten that up in there a little bit, because it's a square hole and a round peg. Can you see where I'm going at with this? It's going to have to be a lot thinner to make this blade thin. I don't want a blunt edge. I want this as thin as I can make it without rounding off the tip, but I can fix that by coming down and focus. This camera's been terrible lately. By dropping that point down a little bit more when I'm done. So don't fret if you round the tip when you're building something, but no, we got a long ways to go. We've been using sanding rollers and Dremel bits, and I suppose you had a belt sander would be easier. I just don't want to go out in the cold and use mine. It's not in here, it's out there. Or a sanding disc. But I want you to see it before I get done so you can kind of see how I'm forming it. Okay, let's get to work. I did take a picture when I first cut the piece of metal off, so you can see about where I measured when I first cut a hunk off it. So we'll be back when it is done or in the process of being done. Okay, hope we're not missing nothing. This is the next day. We just have some electrical tape on it that's shoved in there. We might not even glue it. I hope you can see how I'm doing this. I'll turn it slow in case you want to try to get some screenshots of it if you want to do this. And I'll show you a couple tips there that I use. You're going to get banged up, you're going to hit in here and hit the finish. Don't worry about it. You can always, it's just a tool. Okay, now what I've been doing is, this stuff is very hard to file. I have a good file, okay, newer file. It's getting a little bit clogged up from abusing it. But find the best spot of your file, because this is tool steel. But it's a cheaper screwdriver. This is one of them modern ones. Bought it like Menards, had those nice clear and green handles when I was doing the screwdriver challenges. If you're a long time subscriber, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Do an X pattern. Here, let's use a pointer. Do an X pattern. You know, like I always preach, file this way. But what you want to do is get these edges off. Let's get it over here. Don't worry about round these edges. Yeah, like this. Round this edge over the file and this edge with a file. So when you go across here, you're trying to make this flat. There, that's better. You can almost see where I chew. If you don't chew this edge off, you can't get it flat out here. So you're making it thinner out here, and this is humped up so you can make this flat. Because then I take my diamond file, and if you don't have one, use grits of sandpaper, and you can actually polish that so it's flat all the way across, okay? Because your sharpening edge is just out here like a micro edge. When I'm done, I'll show you my micro edge. Right now, here, let's see if we can hold this down. It will cut through. You can see where I cut through it once. It'll cut through. And it's not even razor sharp. But I hope somebody built stuff like this, because you got a pokey tool. You could use it for an awl through wood. You've got a curved part, see that? And notice the edge is kind of curved. Oh, I like that. Because see, then you get that action like a knife. See? You come down here to cut something, and you kind of rock into it and pull back. Because I wanted something that's better than an X-Acto knife. I've been using X-Acto knives and the blades, flags. They're not tough what I want to use for a hobby tool. Now, I've made these out of wire, and I've showed them before, like welding rod. I've hammered them out on a sidewalk, on a steel, anything steel. And I've actually hammered them and took a cheap file and made these when I want to clean a carburetor or something. So imagine this, a little 8-inch piece of welding rod making a tip like this. So I'm trying to copy from memory of how I used to hammer them out. I've never used a screwdriver. And that's a challenge because you're taking something that's flat or squared, and you know how they make the screwdriver. They come off the corner. I think it looks cool, and it will work. Oh, that will poke you. It'll draw blood. Trust me, I've already poked myself in the hand. Okay, let's work on this with some different bits of sandpaper to level it, and then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Super sanded, super smooth, and then we'll show you that, and then we'll put the micro edge so you can see it better. So that'll be about it for this video. It's just a short video how to make a homemade scraping pokey tool, carving tool. Stay tuned. Okay, I hope this shows up. It's nice to have this file. I'm always trying to sell. I should be a salesman, huh? You can do more than just sharpen back saws with these. It was kind of gummy. I cleaned it with some acetone and a Q-tip by putting it on or letting it run down and flush the blade off. Oh, it worked wonders. This is 100 grit, that zirconia, whatever, and this is 220. This I use for the X pattern. Okay, there you go. And see my little micro tip? And it's sharpened clear back to what I call the heel, where it curves. But see where it's actually sharpened clear? See it? Well, that comes to a point there. I hope these close-ups will help you. If you really want to make one of these, you can maybe take some photos off of the screen. So I take screenshots. You take like a snapshot during a video, or your actual computer has your screenshot where you can just crop and everything right there and then snap it, and it goes into your whatever you got to look for it. Downloads. It goes to where your download section is on mine. I think you know what I mean. If you're smarter than me in a computer, I know you know what I'm talking about. You can take it off anywhere off there and crop whatever you want out of a page. I learned that a long time ago. I steal a lot of pictures that's in my... Well, there's not stealing. It's stealing if you try to sell it. Even when you use sandpaper, always take off this outer edge and round it over so you can make this flat. Or you can round it. So you have a choice of taking off to make it rounded or taking off to try to keep it flat. The whole idea is to have one big long flat plane. I'm starting to get into the big words. I want to see somebody make one of these. I know they'd be if you do like I do and carve a lot of stuff. If you're a wood carver, I think you probably would have tools like this. But if you don't, you're just an amateur guy like me, want to carve on something, dig on something. I said you can bore a hole with it. Wouldn't this be nice to have the bottom of your backpack when you go camping? You can dig in the wood. You could probably make out a spoon with it. You might be able to carve out a spoon bowl with that. You know, you can choke way up on tools. There you go, that's it for this. It's just going to, I don't know what I'm going to call it. It's going to be making a pokey slash cutting slash whatever tool out of a screwdriver shank. So that's nice. I can take the handle off. I'm not going to glue it on there. So I made use that piece of plastic. You'll see it in another video. So thanks for watching. We're out of here. Look at all the pictures I took. And I try to enhance them by changing the contrast and everything, just so you can see everything the best as I can see. We're gone. We're out of here.